Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sierra Brown and I do art here on YouTube. Today we're working on DRAWLLOWEEN, so that's exciting. This is my second year participating in DRAWLLOWEEN, and today one was Vampire. I didn't spend much time on these sketches, in fact, like very little, maybe 20 minutes max. First one I used Copic markers. I tried to every day use ink. And Copic markers is ink, so that counts, right? So yeah, that's day one, Vampire. Day two was Catacombs, and again, I didn't spend a whole lot of time. I spent much more time on this one than I did on the first day, and I still tried to use ink. So I used my Indian ink with a paintbrush and to put color on it, and I also, for the line art, I used my Stradler, don't know how to pronounce it, but I used the Stradler pens. Day three was Bat, and I'm going to keep saying this. I didn't spend very much time on these drawings, so they're not my best work. But I still enjoyed doing them, mainly just to draw every day. And I didn't even draw every day. I'll be honest. I didn't. I sometimes had to double up on drawings. So day four was Candelabra, and nothing much special about this drawing. Still using my Stradler pens and my Indian ink with a paintbrush. Day five was Huntress, and I really wanted to spend time on this one, so I really planned out the sketch and spent more time on making it a more complete drawing. I was really inspired by an artist, Annie Steg, I think that's how you pronounce her name, but she's one of my favorite artists of all time, and she does amazing work. She's primarily an oil painter, but she does do Inktober during the month of October, and she does these beautiful line work. So this was kind of inspired by her style, and yeah, so. Day six is Black Dog, and I wanted to draw my boyfriend's dog because he just happens to be a black dog, but didn't get a picture that I liked, so I just decided to draw a regular black dog wolf type creature. Kind of reminds me of the Sirius Black, the dog in Harry Potter. Kind of cool. Day seven was Yokai. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I didn't really know what a yokai was until last year, and so this year I drew a kitsune, which is like a shape-shifting fox with multiple tails. Day 8 was Toad. I probably spent like under 10 minutes on this drawing, so I really didn't spend very much time on him. Very simple, little toad. Day 9 was Kovan, and I think still early on, only a little bit past week 1, but I was already feeling a little bit burnt out from drawing every day, which is kind of sad, so I spent very little time on this one and not very happy with how it turned out. Day 10, I decided I was going to spend a little bit more time on the drawing because I hadn't been happy with the previous days, so I spent a little bit more time working on some more detailed line work on her hair, just tried to a little bit better work, a little bit more effort on this one. Day 11 was a tarot card, and I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this one. I'm not really into tarot cards, so I didn't want to do any of like the death related ones, so I decided to do Star, the Star one, which I knew I wanted to put my hands somehow in there, so I designed the tarot card to have my hands and the giant star in the top. Day 12 was a Cryptid, and I decided to do the Kraken. I don't know why, I just decided it would look kind of cool to have like this big octopus type creature in the ocean. So that's that. Day 13 was Chimera. I think it's pronounced Chimera. But lion, goat, snake creature. Yeah. Enough said. Day 14 was Laboratory. I probably spent the least amount of time on this one. Obviously, the time lapse was over in like 3 seconds. Day 15 was Frankenstein. I did Frankenstein last year, and so I wanted to make it a little bit different. Same picture, but kind of different way of approaching the drawing. Decided to use 2 kinds of strokes, really thick ones and more thin line ones. Day 16 was Poison Plant. At this point I was traveling, so I really had no motivation to draw. So I just kind of quickly drew a hemlock plant, which actually I had no idea was poisonous. So that's interesting. But yeah, I drew this hemlock. Day 17 was Tetzel worm, which I had never heard of before, but apparently it's some kind of cat snake creature. So that was kind of fun, and I wanted to go more the cutesy route, so I did kind of like a kitten face with a little snake tail wrapping around his body. Thought he was kind of cute. Didn't want to go with a gross snake. Day 18 and 19 I combined, so it was Will-o'-the-Wisp and Dark Forest. Again, I was traveling at this time, so I didn't really have much time to do it, and so yeah, that's this drawing. Will-o'-the-Wisp glowing in the woods. Day 20 and 21 I also combined was Moon and Werewolf. I thought they were the perfect ones to combine because obviously werewolves come out during the moon. So I combined these two. Day 22 was Siren, and probably spent very little time on this one as well. I'm not very happy with it. I had grand plans in my mind and it just didn't work out. But we move on to day 23, Kelpy, which again, this I actually drew the same day as I drew the other one, and I was not feeling it. So I drew this one, and my mom even said, she was like, this is not, you didn't give this much work, and I was like, no, I didn't. But day 24, La Llorona, again, I had never heard of this person, creature thing, so a creepy bride is the vibes I got, so yeah. Day 25, which was the creature from the Black Lagoon. I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this one because the last three I was not happy with. So I just spent a little bit more time on this one. Day 26 was a Hooley Jing, I believe that's how it's pronounced. It was very similar to the kitsune, so I was like, great, now I have to kind of do a different style of kitsune that I did, which was a fox with multiple tails. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just use ink, no fine lines. Day 27 was Stranger Things, and I love that show, and I had so many ideas of what I wanted to paint, but since I was only using ink and I had better ideas, I just decided to do the demi-dog, which I'm pretty happy with how he came out. His head kind of looks like a flower, though. Day 28, Alien. Wanted to do an iconic alien, which I had to do. Now I'm zoning his name. But, you know, that alien. E.T., my gosh, I almost said it. That's a clown. E.T., the alien E.T. E.T. phone home. Day 29 was Pumpkin Guy, and I didn't really do a Pumpkin Guy, I did the Pumpkin King, which, if any of you guys are familiar with Nightmare Before Christmas, like, Jack Skellington is the Pumpkin King. Everybody knows that. So, this one I did cheat. I used watercolor for the pumpkin, so it's not ink, but oh well, most of it's ink. Day 30, Creepy Candy. I also used watercolor for this one because I don't know, I was too lazy to get my Copic markers out. Day 31, Trick or Treat. This is the last one, and the one I tried to spend the most time on planning and getting satisfactory. So I use my own hand as reference. Obviously, I don't have nails like that, but, you know, I just added them on. And I wanted to do kind of like a pot of candy. What are they called? Cauldron? Is that a cauldron? Yeah, it's called a cauldron. And I did a cauldron of candy with a creepy witch hand. And I'm most pleased with this one. And I'm very happy with how it came out. So there you have it. Mab's DRAWLLOWEEN Club of 2019. I really enjoyed doing it. It's a great challenge to just draw daily, even if you don't feel like drawing. It's really important for to push yourself and do things that maybe are a little bit out of your comfort zone. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it next year. Even hopefully with the years going, I will continue to improve and do better work. But, you know, you do what you can with the time that you're given. And possibly was a little lazy this year, but, you know, at least I did it. I'm proud of myself that I did it. That's the moral of the story. So, and I learned some things along the way. I learned some creatures that I had never heard of before, which is quite exciting. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video of DRAWLLOWEEN. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.